What's up, guys? I'm Josh Mosman. Welcome to This Week in MXA, episode number 168, presented by O'Neill Racing. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. It has been a busy time in the motocross action world. We've been testing lots of bikes wide open on the new beta. We just got back from riding the new Triumph 250. Lots of stuff going on in the motocross and supercross world. The Daytona Supercross was a wild one. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to share some testing that we did last week out at Glen Helen and preview this weekend's upcoming Birmingham Supercross. Let's get into it. Starting off with the 450 class, Jet Lawrence was the first rider to beat Eli Tomac at Daytona in the last 5 years, ending Eli's 5-year win streak at the Daytona Supercross and also making it one more round until Eli Tomac gets another win. He's pushing that even further back. It's pretty wild that we are now 8 rounds into this Supercross season and we haven't seen Eli Tomac win, and it's not because he doesn't have it. He won a main event in the Triple Crown at Anaheim 2. He's been up front, finished on the podium multiple times, leading laps, but unfortunately hasn't won a race. Let's look at some stats from Eli Tomac. He jumped to the 450 class in 2014. It was his rookie season. He missed a lot of races due to injuries. He only raced 9 rounds in 2014 in that 450 class in Supercross, and he didn't get a win in those races. He did win outdoors that year, but not in Supercross. 2015 season, he won at the second race. 2016 season, he didn't win until the 9th round of the season. So that was actually the longest he's ever taken him to win, was back in 2016, and that's when he came off that gnarly crash from Thunder Valley in 2015 that took him out for the whole year. He also switched from Geico Honda to Kawasaki. So 2016 was a difficult year for him, and it took him a while to get his first win, 9th race of the season. Fast forward, 2017, he won in the 4th race. 2018, he won at the 2nd race. 2019, 5th race. 2020, 3rd race. 2021, 2nd race. 2022, 4th race. Last year, he won at the opener in 2023. And now fast forward to 2024. Yes, he's coming off of injury, but he's still going fast and he still hasn't gotten a win in this difficult 450 class. So all eyes are on Eli Tomac coming into Birmingham this weekend. Jet Lawrence leading into Daytona. I picked Eli Tomac to win on my MSA Fantasy League app, and unfortunately Jet was the only one who could cross the finish line first in the 450 class and get that win over Eli Tomac. And I knew that Jet had a good chance based off how he did outdoors last year and with how technical and challenging the Daytona Supercross is. Tons of crashes all day long at Daytona. Heartbreaking to see multiple riders get landed on. Justin Hill got landed on by Freddie Noren in an incident where Justin's bike stalled in the landing of the jump. Devin Harriman, he got landed on in qualifying when Ryder did the triple and Devin wasn't doing the triple. Also, Gavin Towers and Hayden Deegan did the exact same thing over the exact same jump, going over the bars through the handlebars, and both of them surprisingly were okay and were able to finish their race. Hayden Deegan, that was in qualifying. He was able to get 4th in the night show. Gavin Towers in the Supercross Futures class, I believe he finished 20th or 21st, but he still rolled around and was able to get up after that gnarly crash. Dylan Ferrandis and Aaron Plessinger, they both had the same exact crash in the front stretch rhythm section where the mechanics area was. Both of them stepped through the handlebars and went over the bars. Crazy night of racing at Daytona with extremely soft dirt and soft and rutted conditions, making for a treacherous track. Next up, 250 class, I was excited to see Tom Vial get the win, also see Cameron McAdoo get 2nd place. This was Tom Vial's first win here in Supercross. He's a 2-time world champion over in the MXGP series in the 250 class over there, but happy to see him get a win here in the US. Obviously that'll boost his morale and help him get more comfortable here in the US. Daytona, extremely tough track, but he rode a smooth and solid race to get on the podium. Also, Pro Circuit riders Cameron McAdoo and Seth Hamaker, they're on the podium in 2nd and 3rd, and then Hayden Deegan, he ended up finishing 4th after saving it and doing a gnarly save with a little 360 in the middle of the track, just showing his quick reaction skills. So 250 class points championship is ultra close at the top. Max Anstey still has the points lead after being consistent and smooth through the first 3 rounds. He has a 1-point lead over Cameron McAdoo and Pierce Brown, who are both tied for 2nd. He also has a 3-point lead over Tom Vial and Hayden Deegan, who are tied for 4th, and he has a 4-point lead over Cody Schock, the Club MX Yamaha 250 rider, who is holding it down for that team, finishing in 6th in the point standings right now after 3 rounds. Awesome to see him paying off for the Club MX Yamaha team. That investment is paying off for them, and awesome just to see him get a string of good results in the 250 class. Looking ahead to this weekend's Birmingham Supercross, it is round 9 of the 2024 Monster Energy Supercross season, and it is the first time that Supercross is going to Birmingham, Alabama. It's an exciting new market for the Supercross series, and I'm excited for all of the local fans in Alabama to be able to experience Supercross. It's going to be a cool one. Looking ahead at the track, long start straightaway into a long rhythm section, but a lot of bending lines. There's not a lot of straight point and shoot 180-degree turns, a lot of bending lines. They're going to be doing a slight right across the start start straight, bull turn, and then back across the start straight with a left-handed sweeper turn. Good bending lines will make for some interesting passing, hopefully, with a lot of outside in going in there. Tight corner before the finish line, long whoop section, long rhythm section, and then they're going to do another kind of zigzag across the start and an ultra tight left-hander into the long rhythm lane. So when you have a really tight flat corner going into a rhythm section, that makes it interesting for passes because riders will want to go outside to get a run and try to triple into the rhythm lane, while riders on the inside can roll the first jump and hopefully sneak up the inside of them. So excited to see some passing this weekend at Supercross. Also excited for Eli Tomac, questioning if he's going to get the win or not, but it kind of keeps going on and keeps things exciting. In the 450 class, Jet Lawrence does have a 10-point lead over Cooper Webb in the championship. Chase Sexton, he is 13 points behind Jet Lawrence. Eli Tomac, he is 16 points behind. Ken Roxon, he is 27 points behind. Aaron Plessinger, 28 points behind. And Jason Anderson, he is 29 points behind. So the two major players that haven't got a win yet are Jason Anderson and Eli Tomac. And other riders are riding well, but those are the two riders we see next on the list to get wins in this 450 class. Going to be interesting. Let us know in the comments who you want to see win this weekend. Next up, MSA Fantasy League app. The race was pretty exciting as we have a new winner who scored the most points out of anybody in a single round this season so far, 291 points, and the winner was username Whoop-de-doo. They got the win this weekend and they won the awesome prize thanks to FMF Racing with a full pipe and silencer if they have a 2-stroke, or they got a full muffler if they have a 4-stroke, plus a $200 shopping spree to fmfracing.com. So awesome prize thanks to FMF. Coming into Birmingham Supercross, we were giving away Maxxis tires for your dirt bike. So front and rear, thanks to Maxxis. It's what I raced with at the Nationals this past year. Get signed up for free, download the app for free, play for free, but you'll want to check out the website article we just posted. Justin Lee, he's the creator of the MSA Fantasy League app. He's our new assistant editor, and he wrote a full article detailing how Whoop-de-doo got to where they got and scored 291 points. They correctly guessed the riders that Jet Lawrence lapped, the gap between Jet Lawrence and Eli Tomac, and also explaining who Whoop-de-doo selected in each class and how many points they earned for those riders. So interesting stuff there. Thanks to Maxxis. Check out that article on motocrossactionmag.com and download the app for free on the App Store. And if you haven't started playing the MSA Fantasy League app, we are giving away a Triumph TF250X to the winner of the 31 race Super Motocross Championship on the MSA Fantasy League app. That's right, we're taking points from all 31 races this year, and the winner will get that brand new TF250X. Pretty awesome prize if you ask me. We're also giving away prizes for second, third, and fourth. Maxxis Tires has a brand new set of tires for your truck or van. I got some on my van right now. Boyson Racing, they're giving away a $500 shopping spree to their website to get your bike dialed in with the latest and greatest. And FMF, they're also giving away a pipe and silencer if you have a 2-stroke, or a muffler if you have a 4-stroke to the winner, plus a $200 shopping spree. So lots of awesome prizes there at the end of the 31 race championship if you're playing the MSA Fantasy League app. And of course, we're giving away epic prizes each weekend. In other news, I did some testing with Chris Palm from FCP on the Yamaha YZ450F last week, testing his engine mounts on that bike. That was cool. Also, we tested with Josh Hawley. So Josh Hawley's a buddy of mine. He's a novice level rider. He's actually a pro when it comes to golfing. Like I said, mid-level rider. And I wanted to use him for this test because a lot of people, they see me on video and they don't see all of our vet test riders and all of our novice level test riders and intermediates, and the other test riders that fall under the MSA umbrella sometimes don't get as much love as I do on the camera. So people think that I'm the only test rider and that it's pros testing bikes, but we actually have a wide variety of guys testing bikes. So Josh Hawley, he's here to explain what he thought of the FCP engine mounts on the YZ250F, how it helped him, a novice level rider. Let's hear from Josh right now.
Well, it's interesting because I've actually never tried engine mounts, so I had no idea what I was getting into. And if I'm honest, I thought I wasn't gonna feel really anything. The cool thing is I got to spend time with this bike for a couple weeks, and JMO has the AHM suspension set up. It's a little stiff because Josh is a little bit faster than I am, so I couldn't get, there was a couple things going on. I couldn't get the front to really track, like coming out of turns, especially the more I got on the gas, it made it even worse. So that was kind of the feeling I had for the 2 weeks that I had the bike. So today when he's like, hey, you're gonna test the engine mounts, I'm like, okay, you know, we'll see what happens. Literally, I tested the bike stock, just how it is. Same exact feeling I've been having all week. Struggling coming out of the corners, couldn't get the front to track.
But you messed with the clickers from what I had, right? You softened them up?
Yeah, so what I did is I actually backed it all the way out. So literally, all the way out, and then high speed, I was like 4 back to get that to work. And then I actually wound up bringing the triple clamps down, so forks up, and it got the front to bite a little bit better. Sag was at 104. Yeah, I was doing everything that I could to make it work. Cool thing is I finally did get it to make it work. So today when I came here, I jumped on the track, immediately, you know, felt right at home, just couldn't get that front to bite. And with JMO setting it up like that, it's so harsh in my hands, especially once the track gets beat up. So every now and then, you know, you'll blow left hand off. You got to be really careful, really smart. So yeah, so rode it. It felt just like it felt all week. Threw the FCP mounts on, and literally, I'd say about a lap and a half into it, immediately noticed a big change. For me, the first thing that I noticed was just the amount of energy that was going into my hands. It felt smoother, it felt slower. And to explain that, I was even telling somebody earlier, I was like, you know, if you're holding on to your fist and everything is tight, you know, it moves really quick, you feel that immediately. The mounts almost felt like there was like a slow, you know, energy coming up through the handlebars. So obviously, I don't know what the science is going on there, but it felt like I had time to react. It felt like the bike was kind of moving at a slower pace. That gave me a lot more excitement. That gave me a lot more energy to push and confidence to drive forward. And then I was coming out of the corners, thinking, okay, the front's not gonna bite, it's not gonna bite, and it kept biting. So then I'm harder on the gas. So lap after lap, I'm going faster and faster. And that's fun for me because now I'm coming up to jumps. I'm, you know, going way too fast, and now I can soak and get my flow back. So yeah, it was a good time for me. I'll be honest. I felt bad because I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna know anything about, you know, this FCP feeling. And here I am, kind of stoked that I felt such a big change. So yeah, that's a big upgrade.
Also, I have some fun clips from trail riding with my buddies this past weekend, getting them out of their comfort zone. 2 quick plugs for O'Neill Racing. The pants have zippers in them for little pockets. Super nice for carrying your smartphone out and whipping it out to video of your buddies crashing and going up hill climbs. And the O'Neill vest, super nice for cold weather riding. Let's head to some clips from the hills right now.
So part of the fun of trail riding with me is that I don't know where I'm going. So sometimes you end up on some pretty sketchy trails. Josh is still eyeing it up down there on the beta. Do I walk it? Well, I set the boys on a mystery trail where you don't know how gnarly it is until you get there. You got the ground?
I did.
You all right?
Yeah.
Also, they just announced the SMX playoffs and where they will be. They're going back to the ZMAX drag strip at Charlotte for the first round of the playoffs in North Carolina. Then they're going to Texas at the Texas Motor Speedway for round 2 of the playoffs. And finally, they're finishing it off in Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, just outside of the city of Las Vegas, kind of on the outskirts there. So exciting stuff for the final 3 rounds of the SMX series. Thank you guys for tuning in to This Week in MXA. See you in the next one.